Subscribe to my channel Tales That Burn and press the bell icon for new stories. Why a human's broken leg made an entire alien army retreat. The first clash. The Krell Dominion had fought 1,000 campaigns across the spiral arms of the galaxy. Their reputation was legendary, an empire that consumed worlds with cold precision. To them, battle was mathematics, overwhelm with numbers, grind resistance to ash, and claim victory. When their fleets turned toward Earth, the Council of 12 Stars begged them to reconsider. The Krell ignored the warnings. Humanity was young, barely a century into interstellar flight. Compared to the Krell's 1,000-year war machine, Earth seemed laughably unprepared. The invasion began with fire. Krell warships descended across the plains of Eurasia, disgorging their armored legions. Cities burned. Skies thundered with orbital strikes. But unlike softer species, humans did not panic. They dug in. They adapted. And they fought back. That was when the Krell first learned that numbers did not guarantee victory. The soldier. In the ruins of a city once called Krakow, a single platoon of human soldiers held the shattered streets against an advancing Krell regiment. Outnumbered 50-1, they fought with desperation and cunning, using alleyways, collapsed buildings, and sheer fury to stall the invaders. Among them was Sergeant Daniel Harker. A veteran of Earth's earliest off-world campaigns, Harker was no stranger to pain. He'd seen vacuum burns, radiation scars, and comrades torn apart by alien claws. Yet nothing prepared him for the shrapnel blast that shattered his leg. Pinned beneath debris, his femur snapped, Harker should have been finished. But he wasn't. The moment. The Krell advanced cautiously, expecting screams of surrender. What they got instead was silence, followed by the sound of something being dragged across stone. Harker! With his leg mangled, blood soaking his fatigues, he pulled himself free of the rubble using his arms. Inch by inch, he hauled his broken body upright against a wall. His face was pale, but his eyes burned with defiance. The Krell commander ordered his warriors forward, certain the human was no threat. Then Harker did something no alien could comprehend. He stood. On one good leg, leaning against the wall, his shattered limb dangling uselessly, the human still raised his rifle. And he smiled. The retreat. The front line of Krell soldiers froze. For a race bred on dominance and instinct, the sight was incomprehensible. On their homeworld, no creature ever stood once crippled. Predators killed the weak. Prey submitted. To see prey still fighting, still smiling, triggered a primal terror. Then Harker fired. One shot. Just one. But it echoed through the rubble like thunder. The Krell nearest him fell, armor pierced. The rest stepped back. Another shot. Another Krell dropped. The platoon, inspired by their sergeant's defiance, roared and surged forward, hurling grenades, firing rifles, charging with bayonets. The Krell regiment broke. Not because of firepower. Not because of numbers. But because they realized the horrifying truth, even broken, humans refused to die. The fear. News of the retreat spread through the Krell army like wildfire. Whispers grew, the humans fight with broken bones. They keep moving when crippled. They keep killing when they should be corpses. Entire battalions hesitated to advance. In meetings, commanders argued over reports. Some dismissed them as exaggerations. Others knew better. Predators understood one thing: never attack prey that doesn't break. The broadcast. 2 days later, a Krell scouting drone captured an image that would become infamous across the galaxy. Sergeant Harker, leg bound in crude splints, leaning on a makeshift crutch, still leading his platoon through the rubble. He grinned into the lens, raised his rifle, and kept walking. The image was transmitted to every Krell unit. It did what orbital bombardments and superior firepower could not. It made them hesitate. The turning point. In the council chambers light years away, alien delegates watched the footage in stunned silence. "That soldier should be dead," whispered one aquatic elder. "Yet he walks." "Not walks," corrected a reptilian general, his voice hushed. "He hunts." For the first time, the Council understood why humanity's wars never ended in surrender. Broken bodies meant nothing to them. Pain meant nothing. So long as breath remained in their lungs, humans fought. And that terrified every predator who saw the broadcast. The withdrawal. Weeks later, the Krell Dominion withdrew from Earth. Officially, their strategists claimed the cost outweighed the gain. But soldiers knew the truth. They had looked into the eyes of prey that refused to break. They had watched a man with a shattered leg stand and fight like a predator unchained. No empire could fight such madness forever. Epilogue. Sergeant Daniel Harker never saw himself as a legend. To him, survival was duty. His leg never fully healed, but he remained in command, training new recruits with the same fire that once made an army retreat. Across the galaxy, however, his name became a warning. Whenever generals debated invading Earth, someone always asked the same question. If one human with a broken leg made an army flee, what happens when the rest of them stand together? Friends, this was today's story from Tales That Burn Fire. If you enjoyed the story, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so you don't miss any new stories.